How's it going, everybody? Let me put some light this way. Bam. This is Jose Trujillo, world's greatest living artist, coming to you here from my art studio. I'm working on some stuff here on Facebook, computer. Getting look at this awesome hair, man. I'm good. Look, muy macho. Look, guys, I wanted to give you a little tip. If you're an artist, if you're doing anything with your artwork, I don't know what type of artwork you are. I don't know what type of art you do or what you're about. I'm sure that most people are about something. How's it going? How's it going, Tati? How's it going? Yeah. It doesn't really matter what type of artwork you do, what type of artist you are. If you're trying to get into the marketplace, whatever that is, right? You're trying to get into some sort of online stuff or eBay, Etsy, or any type of marketplace. You don't even have to be an artist to cognate on this. The thing really has to do with, okay, it has to do with frequency, guys. The whole thing has to do with frequency. I'm not talking about some airy-fairy stuff. Look at that. It has to do with frequency. Many artists are trying to get good before they get frequent, and that is the kiss of death. It really is the kiss of death. What I recommend is what I do. Hey, that makes total sense, right? Guys, get frequent before you're trying to get good. So many artists out there are trying to get good. So many people, they're trying to get good. They're trying to get good. They're trying to get, I don't know, they're trying to get good at painting. They're trying to get good at talking to people. They're like, oh man, how can I sound more eloquent? How can I sound more precise and on and on? How can I take better pictures for my Instagram and all that kind of stuff? And how do you get frequent? Sassy Kiwi asks. You get frequent by simply doing more. It doesn't matter if you're doing the wrong thing. For example, if you're an artist and you want to get a gallery exhibit, don't do what most artists do, which is try to find out the best possible way to get a gallery exhibit. It doesn't work like that, guys. I promise you. Not for everybody. It may work for one or two people, but for the vast majority, it doesn't work that way. And most people are trying to do that. So if you're trying to get a gallery exhibit, rather than trying to figure out how do you talk to the gallery owner, how do you discern whether that is the gallery or not that you want to get. Thank you so much. Post Fashion says this sounds like great advice. Rather than trying to do that, what you want to do is you want to get into as many galleries as possible and talk to them. Talk to as many galleries as possible. Now, some of you may say, man, I only have like a handful of paintings. See, that's a problem again. That's a challenge, right? You want to get frequent also in your artwork. Now, I understand that not everybody paints crazy like me. Like, not everybody has a lot of artwork, right? Not everybody creates a lot of artwork. So what you have to do is figure out how you can create a lot of content around the artwork. You have to get frequent somewhere. You're going to have to get frequent somewhere, or else you're going to pay the price. It's just the way it is, guys. If you are looking to get better at painting, but not faster, not more frequent at getting the painting out into the hands of people, touch it, smell it, feel it, look at it. If you're not doing that, for example, right now I'm posting on Facebook art groups. I post on about 40, 50 different Facebook art groups 3 times a day. Okay? I'm trying to get frequent. I'm not trying to get good at it. How do you get over art block? It's the same way. The way to get over art block, I have a package that I prepared for artists to kind of step by step, but I'm gonna show you right now. The way to get over art block is because you're not doing it enough. That's the only problem. The problem about being stuck in art block is because you're not doing it enough. Learn by doing, learn making mistakes, etc. The best way to learn. Absolutely. See, you want to be the person that's making the most mistakes in the room. You want to be the busiest in the room, and you want to make the most mistakes. If you're not making more mistakes than everyone else, you're missing out. You're not getting it. You have to make more mistakes than everyone else. Most people are afraid. Most people are walking around like this. They're all fucking afraid. They're like, oh, man, I can't go talk to the gallery because if I talk to the gallery, what if it's not the right timing? What if my artwork is not good enough? And on and on and on and on. And this is a challenge that most artists face. What you want to do is not care. Yes, you heard me right. Don't care. Act careless. I'm not saying be disrespectful and on and on. No, but be careless. Have your works been in galleries? They have. They continue to be. I take my work to galleries. I take my works to small galleries. I don't do big galleries because usually a lot of what the bigger galleries do is that they want exclusivity, and I don't want to be exclusive right now. I don't want exclusivity because I want to be able to sell my work to different people. And they're not promising, well, the galleries that I've been talking to, they're not promising what I'm making in sales. So why would I want to, be exclusive? I'd rather do that on my own. Should we only post our best stuff? No. Everybody says that. No, don't post your best stuff. I post the shittiest stuff too. I post everything. Here's why, okay? Now everybody can do it differently, but here's why I recommend this. Because you do not know what best stuff is. See, best stuff is subject to your own ideas. It's your own idea of yourself. The market is the market is the market. Stuff that I thought, I'm going to be honest with you guys here. Stuff that I thought that, man, like, I hate that painting. I didn't do right. I didn't do it well. I didn't feel it. I wasn't in the flow. It didn't make sense. Someone else, right? This is what I think because we're too fucking emotional, and that's the problem. That's the biggest problem. We're so emotional that we mind deaf ourselves, not realizing that everything you do is great. Everything you do is wonderful, but we don't realize that because we judge ourselves so much, and we think the world is judging us, but the world's not judging us. The world's just not looking at you. That's the problem. The biggest problem you have is that the world's not looking at you. In other words, everyone's taste is different. Absolutely. And you should have something for everyone. You should have something for everyone because everyone's taste is different. So, for example, some of the stuff that I'm like, oh man, I did horrible there. Boom, sold it right away. Or something that I was like, man, my skill set doesn't really show here. I don't really show what I'm doing. I don't show the best of me. Someone else comes, buys it right away and says, man, this painting is who you are as an artist. And I'm like, oh, okay. Because people see things differently. That person is seeing something else that I'm not seeing, right? It's like they say, well, I don't know if everybody says this, but I remember growing up, my mother used to tell me, when you get married, and I was in Mexico as a little kid, she used to tell me, when you get married, when you grow up and get married, your spouse will be as beautiful as you shower compliments, right? It's how you see her. It's the compliments that you shower. It's not here. It's not what you think. I don't know how to translate this in English, but it's how much you honor, how much you give it honor. It's how beautiful it is. It's not what you think of it. It's how much honor you give it. And that's the way to do it, right? You have to get your artwork and give it honor. You have to give it honor. If you give it honor, the whole world will understand. See, the problem is that your art is not good. The problem is that no one's watching. Even I'm showing up every day doing these videos, and not enough people are watching. I think everyone who's watching, but the reality is that if a lot of people see what you're doing, your value goes up because more people get to see the honor that you put in your artwork. How does the art market work? I'm going to touch on that right now. The Sassy Kiwi says, you're honestly one of my favorite artists. Love your enthusiasm and your love of the arts. You're an inspiration to me. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. You guys really inspire me to show up. Every day that I'm doing videos, I show up here on Instagram. I do it on Facebook. By the way, if you're not following me on Facebook, I don't know what's going on. Follow me on Facebook. And I'm doing YouTube videos just about every day. And really, you guys inspire me to show up because it makes a lot of sense to be sharing this stuff because I know I'm not the only one going through it. There's a lot of people going through it. The way the art market works, Mandy says, yes, thanks. Do you show up every day here? I do show up every day. I show up 2-3 times a day. Sometimes I go bananas and I show up like 6 times a day or more. Sometimes they're little segments, but sometimes they're like hour-long segments. It depends. And why would I do that? Because I like to use what some people call downtime into productive time. So, for example, the other day I was at the car dealership getting my oil change, the oil change of my vehicle, and I was going to sit there, right, do other stuff, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, while I'm doing something else, I'm going to be doing this. Yeah, coffee does help. Coffee always helps. But you know what? I don't depend on it. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I love the taste. I don't depend on it. There is days, believe it or not, that I just don't think about it. It's just something that I love drinking, but it's not like I could drink something like this at night, right? Double espresso or whatever. This is not though. This is just a regular coffee, and go to sleep like a baby. Like I don't depend on it for energy. I'll drink like a whole like this, double shot espresso or whatever, and I'll go sleep like a baby. I'm like, I've always been very, very high energy since I was a kid. It's just the way I am. It's my je ne sais quoi. But yeah, guys, look, the art market works this way, okay? Value, okay? When value exceeds, okay? When value exceeds, when you have a lot of value, the price goes up. That's how the market works. Value equals price. Now, how do we determine value to determine price? Okay, value has to do, please hear me out on this if you're an artist, value has to do with how well known you are in the marketplace. It's not how well you paint. I'm sorry to say this. It is not. Now, this does not mean you should go and create shitty paintings, right? Because your spirit and your soul is going to hurt. You have to do the best you can do, but don't get stuck on it because that's not where value comes from. Value does not come from the artwork you create alone. It does not come from how much you know about art. It does not come from your I don't know, artistic pedigree or your background, your school. It does not come from any of that. Okay, value comes from penetration of marketplace. How much you're penetrated in the marketplace. That's where value comes from. This is why I've always said this, and I'm going to continue to say it. Which would you rather have? Okay, you stupid fly. Why is there even a fly in my studio? Which would you rather have if you could have 2 paintings? I'm going to give you a choice. Now this is not about taste, okay? This is pragmatic thinking. Would you rather have a beautiful painting, whatever style you like? Let's say you like the style of John Singer Sargent, right? Something very realistic and blah blah blah, and it looks very nice and on point. A portrait like that. The painting probably costs, I don't know, somewhere around between $2,000 and $5,000, right? You have a painting by an artist who is not known, but is good, very good artist, and people respect the artist, and people are like, oh my god, that's great, blah blah blah. But nobody really knows the artist. The artist is barely trying to make ends meet, but he or she, they them, is a fantastic artist, right? And this artist creates this piece of artwork, and I don't know, it retails again for like $2,000 to $5,000 or whatever. Would you rather have that, or would you rather have a original, legitimate stick figure drawing on a napkin by Pablo Picasso? Now think about this for a second. Why? Right? Why? Now, if you rather have the painting and blah, 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 it's more for aesthetics or love or whatever, okay, get it. But something ridiculously small and simple by Pablo Picasso will outweigh any other artist. Doesn't matter how long they've been painting, doesn't matter how great skill set they have, it doesn't matter. None of it matters because Picasso's name overpowers in the market, right? Overpowers in the market. This is the power of penetration of marketplace. Yes, I use that word because that is what you have to do. It's noisy. The marketplace is noisy. When people say, "Man, I'm gonna go put something. I'm gonna go take my artwork into the world." I'm always laughing. It makes me laugh. It's funny. You're not taking it out into the world. No one's watching it. I wish you would take it out into the world, but no one's watching it. 5 people, 10 people, 20 people on Instagram, on Facebook, or whatever. It's not the world. 100 people, 1,000 people, 5,000 people. It's not the world, guys, and that's why it gets so difficult. The first step, the second, and the third step is to get noticed. It's not just the first step. First, second, and third step is to get noticed. It is always to get noticed. This is why Coca-Cola spends so much money, McDonald's spends so much money in market penetration. Now no one's gonna go and do it at that scale. Of course not. But you gotta do it at a scale. You gotta do it at such scale in your community. I promise you, if you're the most well-known artist in your community, you are making a fine living as an artist. Whether it be an online community or offline community, it doesn't matter. If you have penetrated a marketplace somewhere, even if it's small, it's an introvert's nightmare. It is and it isn't. I'm not an extrovert. Some people think that I'm an extrovert, but I really I'm not. If you find me in the street, I would never. I don't talk to people. I'm like, oh, people. But I don't know, for some reason, like I know that this is so important, so I have to turn on, and I have to really turn on, because otherwise it's not going to happen for me. So I'm not an extrovert in by any means. People that know me, they know that I don't talk. Like if I'm at a party or somewhere at a dinner, I won't even talk to people. But if I know that if I remember that, oh man, I have to talk to people because my work depends on it, my income depends on it, like I'll turn on and I'll turn into like me, like right now. Man, this hair is super cool. I'm scared people won't like my work. Good, it's okay. It's okay to be scared. That means that you care. Every time that you're scared means that you care, and so it means that you're going to do a great job. People won't like your work because it doesn't work that way. You want some people to like your work. You can't have all people like your work. So many people are not going to like it, but many people will. So you're looking for the ones that like it. It's okay if others don't like it. That's fine. That's fine. Some people just completely hate my guts, and other people are investing in the work. They're actually investing in long term. They're buying collections of my work and investing it, putting them in a box somewhere, hoping that And a lot of them are actually spending a good amount of money monthly, because I create work all the time. They're spending, because they're gonna go flip it. They're gonna go resell it 5-10 years from now, and or maybe more. Some people told me that they're gonna wait for it. They're gonna keep it for 20 years and then really get it out into the marketplace, into another auction site or whatever, and get a return in their investment. I know it will. It will happen. It's inevitable, because I keep showing up into the marketplace. Carol says, so is the art market the value you have in the market, and not have much to not how much you know, or how good it is? Absolutely. That's the market value. Now, if you're not good, the market will probably dispose of you. So you do have to get good at it. Okay? In no way am I saying don't get good at it. You have to get good at it, but you will get naturally good at it the more you create, the more you work. That's inevitable. It will happen. But make sure that your number one, that should be in your peripheral. Is that how you say? Being good should be in the back burner. But getting into the marketplace should be the thing you lead with. I'm spitting in the morning. Should be the thing you're leading with, okay? Getting into the marketplace. It is the most important thing. Nobody knows you, nobody cares. Out of sight, out of mind, right? Doesn't matter how good you are. Do you collaborate with other artists? This has been my sin. I have not collaborated with other artists. This is something that I'm going to do now. I have been me all along. I didn't know about collaborations. I had no understanding about them. They are the thing that I need to do. I need to do that ASAP. I need to do that ASAP because that is the way to do it. You need to collaborate with other artists. I need to collaborate with other artists. I have not done that well. Shame on me. I'm almost ready, okay, Mika? It's if you don't collaborate with other artists, you're missing out completely. That has been my probably my biggest problem has been I have not collaborated. I have over 1,000 videos on YouTube, and I had no idea that the way you grow on YouTube, one of the many ways that you grow on YouTube, I've been recently told, is through collaboration. And this is one of the reasons I think I haven't really grown that much on YouTube, even though I put a lot of content. It's because I don't collaborate. I need to be collaborating with other people and other artists, framers, and people in the industry, people that we need to collaborate, because when you collaborate, you're sharing what? You're sharing audiences, right? For example, if there's 10,000 people following me on Instagram and you have 10,000 people following you, or 5,000, whatever, it doesn't have to be the same. We're a perfect match to do a video together and collaborate, right? Because some of the people that follow me will go follow you, and some of the people that follow you will follow me, vice versa, and we both benefit. But we have to collaborate somewhere. We have to bring value to the audience. How do you stop comparing yourself to other artists? I tend to do that a lot. The way to do that is to stop paying attention to other artists. Again, another of the kisses of death. Kisses of death. You need to pay attention to yourself. You need to be so busy with yourself that you need to pay attention only to yourself. Now, by saying this, I'm not saying don't go collaborate, because I just said go collaborate. But when you're paying attention to other artists, you're not really collaborating. Your envy goes in, all kinds of stuff, all kinds of feelings, emotions. Why? It's not necessarily because you're an envious person, or you get upset because someone's doing great, or someone has great talent and you don't, and you're like, man, when am I ever going to be that good, or whatever. It's not because of that. It's because you move your attention, your intention and attention outside of you. And every time you do that, your spirit suffers. Every time you do that, you have to keep your attention in you. Where am I going? Not what Joe over there is doing, but where am I going? What am I doing? That's where you want to keep your attention. You gotta, but in order to do that, the tip now to do that is that you have to be so busy that you don't got time for bullshit. You don't have time to go and check out what Joe over there is doing. You don't have time for that because you're so immersed in yourself, right? In a good way. I'm not talking about an egoic way. In a good way. You're so into what you're doing. You're so busy that you don't have time for drama, right? Because looking at someone else, comparing, that's drama. That I'm with you. That creates a lot of drama. I get it. I totally get it. I understand. I go there from time to time, and I have to remind myself and be like, dude, don't be stupid. This is me telling me, dude, don't be stupid. Get back to work and work hard. Do not pay attention, because it creates drama. All of a sudden, you see someone that paints really beautiful and this and that or whatever, or simply, you paint great, but you start comparing yourself. So now you're like, oh man, I wish my clouds looked like that. Oh man, like how come my clouds don't look like that? And that creates drama. It starts creating drama. Instead of looking at the great stuff that you do, that person's probably thinking, man, I wish I could paint like this other person. That's the problem. You create drama that way. And then you stagnate, you procrastinate, and then you don't keep going. So the way to do it is to stay busy. Stay busy. Okay, guys, my name is Jose Trujillo. I am the world's greatest living artist. Thank you so much for joining. I will talk to you guys later. Adios.